upon a time, there was a duck, a multicolored duck, and he thought that he would like riding monster trucks. And so he did. And he rode them well. And he became very famous for riding riding monster trucks. But one day, while he was signing an autograph, everything turned wrong. And the duck had to wear a cast, a very well-made cast, with tape and paper. And so began the story. It's a duck in a wheelchair, it's a duck in a wheelchair, has to roll around everywhere to get to his underwear drawer, and needs a personal assistant to put on his underwear because he's handicapped. He's a duck in a wheelchair. Yes, the duck in a wheelchair. He's a duck in a wheelchair. And now he's got boxers on. When he wants to do his homework, he has to get rolled up to the desk. And he's got to get picked up and do a little test. Scribbledy, scribbledy, scribbledy. Doop-a-doop-a-doop. Because he's a duck in a wheelchair. Yes, he's a duck in a wheelchair. Yes, he's a duck in a wheelchair. And now he's written a test. Doo-doo. Now he's written a test. Doo-doo-doo. Now he's leaving the building. Doo-doo-doo. Now he needs it open. Doo-doo-doo. Now he's leaving the building. Doo-doo-doo. Now he's leaving. Doo-doo-doo. Now he's leaving. Ah! Silly duck. Stairs are for non-handicapped people. Duck in a wheelchair. Episode 1. That's a wrap. Duck was just waking up one day, and he needed to be put in his wheelchair. So his personal assistant, Brett, picked him up and put him in his wheelchair, and then left the building. Now Duck had to do his reading for the day. So he went up to the desk and put on his glasses, which he did himself. Put on his glasses and went to get a book. The book that he got was called The Book That Everyone Wants to Read and Are Allowed Except for Those Darn Hippies and Their Peace Sign. See figure 4. Now this was a long book. A long book. As you can see by all that writing. But he finished it in less than 2 seconds. And was bored. So he took off his glasses and wanted to go for a walk. But he can't because he's handicapped. And he now lives on a chair. So he went for a roll. But almost fell. Oh my goodness, said the duck. It's a doggy! And the doggy looked at the camera and ran in fright of the duck. The duck was scared also, and he rolled away. But he could not roll fast enough before the dog was gone. So he turned around and went out the door. But on his way, he met a caution sign. Wet floor. Planche mou. I can't read French, I'm sorry. And he thought, hey, wait a second. What if I throw a Kobe Bryant doll bobblehead down the stairs? So he did. Then he decided that he would go on a walk. But before he left, he got his trusty knife that looked like a raptor claw. So he took it along with him as he walked outside. The duck went outside and decided to go for a walk when he saw the dog again. But the dog decided to leave. So the duck tried to leave, but fell over, and was then stranded for hours. Well, he just lay there. Oh no, there's the dog again. And the dog looked frisky. But she decided, I would rather eat snow and stay in there. But the duck all he did was just sit there, because he could do nothing else besides wobble around for hours. So that's what he did, until magically he went back in the chair. And the duck said to himself, how is this possible? Said the duck to himself. Then he saw it. The most frightful, diabolical, evil, vile, foul, fiendish thing he had ever seen. It was a boot. But no ordinary boot, no. It was a magical boot. A magical boot bent on total human annihilation. But the duck didn't care, because he was a duck, not a human. But he said, I like humans, so I'll just grab my trusty knife and kill him. But when he grabbed it, it was a thermometer. So he took off the lid, and took the thermometer, and threw it. And the boot died. And humanity was saved by one brave little duck who knew he could do anything if he put his mind to it. Good job, duck. You saved us all. It's a duck in a wheelchair. Yes, it's a duck in a wheelchair. Yes, it's a duck in a wheelchair. And he said goodbye. And he says goodbye. And he says goodbye. Silly duck, you're gonna be stuck there for hours. Tonight's episode featured special guest Boot. And our other special guest was that dog with the nose. Brought to you by Multigrain Cheerios. Whole grain, except for the other grains that we put in it. And then halved it, so it wasn't whole grain. And shredded wheat and bran. One bite of these, and you might as well throw up.